Good morning, second years. Today I just want to do some revision of stuff that can come up on your test tomorrow, and the pages that your test will be on will be questions on page 89, page 91, 92, and page 84, 85. Okay, so I'm going to take a look at page 84, 85 first of all, and I'm going to pick a question at random there, and just to prove to you that it is at random. I'm going to pick a question between 3 and 18. Now I'm going to use these dice here to select a random one. Can you guys think about why I had to start at 3 and why I couldn't start at the number 1? So we're going from 3 to 18, and that gives me it's a good high one. 6 and 6 is 12 and 2 is 14. So I'm going to do question 14 for you guys now. Question 14 on page 84, 85. So it's this one here. Okay. By selling, so it's this question here. If you don't have a book with you or something, you could maybe pause YouTube and write down the questions. We're going to do that question there. Okay. By selling television sets for €720, a store makes a profit of 20%. 20%. What did the store pay for the television sets? So we now know that 720 is equal to, let's say the cost price plus profit. And the cost price, well, that's 100% of the price of a television. And the profit, well, we're told that that's 20%. That's equal to 720. So on the right-hand side, we have 120% is equal to 720. Now, if I have 120 of these percentages, and it's equal to 720, well, then one of these percentages, just one by itself, 1%, will equal 720 divided by 120. Remember our rules from algebra? To get rid of something on this side, we do the opposite on the other side? Yeah? Okay, so we could think about it like that, or we could just think about it like cats, that if 120 cats cost €720, the price of one cat would be 720 divided by 120. And that gives me, on my calculator, 6. So I now know that 1% is equal to 6. So how does that help us? Well, we're asked to find the original price, or the cost price, but the cost price was 100%. So therefore, 100%, well, if one of these percentages is 6, 100 of these percentages must be 6 times 100. So 100% is equal to 600. Okay? So that's quite straightforward. Now, I want you guys to do something, okay? As well as appreciating the straightforwardness of it, can you guys look at how I wrote this out, okay? I worked down the page, yeah? So I didn't start working across the page, I worked down. And that's the way I want you guys to do. And try and keep your equals all in line, okay? Paper is really cheap, okay? And in your junior cert, paper will be even cheaper because it's free. You get as much paper as you want. So use up all of this space, okay? Start laying out your work a bit neater than you currently are. So it's equals, 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 all the way down the page. Okay, so that's the first part of question 14. Now, part 2. If the store sold the television sets for €690, what percentage profit would it make? Okay. So €690 it sells them for. So the profit must equal 690 minus 600. So it sells them for 690, and we know it bought them for 600. So profit is equal to 90. So how do we express 90 as a percentage of 600? Express 90 as a percentage of 600. Well, the way to do that is to write as a fraction first of all. So it's going to be 60 over 600. Sorry, it's 90 over 600. And that's equal to 0.15. And then how do we turn this fraction or this decimal into a percentage? What do I have to multiply it by? Yeah, so to turn a fraction or a decimal into a percentage, we multiply it by 100. So that's going to equal 15%. So they would make 15% profit if they sold the TVs for €690. Okay, let's take a look at 14 part 3. If the store sold television sets for 570, what percentage loss would it make? Oh, okay. So it buys them for 600. And then we take away what we sell it for, which is 570. So that's equal to 30. So it makes a €30 loss. And how do we express 30 as a percentage of 600? Well, we write as a fraction. And what do we multiply the fraction by? 100. So to express one number as a percentage of another number, we first of all write as a fraction, and we multiply that fraction by 100. So that gives us 5%, is it? 30 divided by 600 equals, multiplied by 100 equals 5, yeah. 5%. And I broke my rule there. Look at that. I worked horizontally. But it's okay. Okay, so it's 5% is our answer to that. Okay, so that question was really checking, can this person express one number as a percentage of another number? So to do that, we write one number as a fraction of another number, and we multiply that fraction by 100. Okay, what other questions do we have to look at? So we're back onto page, so we've done these here. Check. 91, 92. Let's go on to page 89 next. So page 89. Page 89, and okay, there's 19 of these, so I'm going to select one of these questions at random between 3 and 18. Again. So we have 6 and 4 is 10 and 5 is question 15. So again, another high one. So we're doing page 89, question 15. A farmer borrowed 12,000 from a bank at 9% per annum compound interest. What did he owe the bank at the end of 3 years? Okay, so he starts off with 12,000. And this grows by 9%. That's equal to multiply by 9%. So that's equal to 1080. So he started that year with 12,000, and during the year it grew by 1,080. So at the end of year 1, we have 12123 plus 1080, which is equal to, see, moving vertically, it's the way to do it, 13080. So at the end of year 1, we have 13080. Okay, now the 13080, that grows again by 9%. which is equal to 1177.20. So end of year 2, it's equal to what we started year 2 with, 13080, plus, and the interest we had to, it grew by, which is 1177.20. So that's equal to plus 13080, which is equal to 14257.20. So that figure is what we end year 2 with. So that figure is going to have to be what we start year 3 with. So again, we go 14257.20, and we multiply that by 9% because it grows by 9% in the 3rd year. Multiplied by 9%. So it's 14257.20 multiplied by 9%, which is equal to 1283.148. And then end of year 3, so we're getting really close to our answer. 1283.15. So 0.148, that's really close to 0.15. Plus 14257.9.2, sorry. So that gives us 1550.348. So at the end of the 3 years, he owes 15540.35 euro. So because he didn't pay any money back, he just let it keep growing and growing and growing, he has to give them an extra 3.5 grand. Okay, it started off at 12,000 and it grew and grew and grew up to 15,540. So it'd be really interesting to see what happened if at this stage here he paid back, I know, 100 euro. How much money would he then owe them at the end? Right, so that was question 15 on page 89. Let's go again for our questions, and we're now going to put a tick beside this. So we're going to put a tick beside this, and we're now going to take a look at 91, 92. So I'll use a new page. Page 91, 92. And this goes up to 12. So I can use 2 dice for this. So 91, 92. And we're going to do question 7. So page 92, question 7. Jill has an annual salary of 42,000. Her annual tax credit is 3,600, and the standard rate of tax is 22%. How much income tax does she pay for the year? All right. So 42,000. Oh yeah, okay. So 42,000 times 22%. So the government come along and they want to take 22% of 42,000 off her. So we multiply 40. You can actually watch me doing this maybe. 42,000. Can you watch me doing this? 42,000. AC 42 multiplied by 22% equals 9240. Now, that's the amount of money the government want to take off her. But they know that if they take all that money off her, she will never vote for them again. So they give her these things called tax credits. And tax credits reduce the amount of tax you would have to pay. So because they reduce the amount of tax you would otherwise have to pay, they get taken away. So it's 9240 minus 3600, which is 5640. So Jill has to pay €5,640 in tax. So that question could be summarized down to be, we find the percentage of the total salary and we reduce that answer by the tax credits. So it's a very straightforward question. Okay, so I'll put this up on Teams as well, but you have to study, that means do questions, okay? Questions page 89, page 91, 92, and page 84 and 85. So I'll be taking 3 questions from those pages, one from each of the sections. So I'm talking about these sections up here, gentlemen. So I'll pick questions at random. I'll pick 3 questions, one from here, one from here, one from here. And yeah, you guys will answer them tomorrow and hand up your answers tomorrow. So yeah, if you have any questions tonight or this afternoon, please send me a message on Teams and I will try and get you sorted. Okay, so best of luck with that, guys, and I'll see you again tomorrow.